Shalom, 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 Yasha'Allah. This your boy, Brother Shem Allah. Back at you with another quick edifying video. Today's lesson is going to be called If You Continue in the Faith, Grounded and Settled. All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say Kohola Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and his only begotten Son's name, who you ignorantly call Jesus, whose name is Yahawashi. All right, in the Holy Spirit, which is the Rawchaa Qadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, who have ruled well through the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days, and has pushed this gospel and this truth to the four corners of the earth in these last days. A mighty shalom. Another mighty shalom to all you Akim out there laboring on the highways and on the hedges and on the unicorn, which is this internet, pushing this 100% doctrine, this 100% truth to the four corners of the earth in these last days. A mighty shalom to you all as well. All right, like I said, today's lesson is going to be called If You Continue in the Faith, Grounded and Settled. And this is just a little, boost and inspiration, for the brethren, right, and the sisters out there, to continue on, okay? Continue on, all right, and continue to endure, all right? And I just want to go over a couple of scriptures, Lord's will. This is edifying, all right? So this is Colossians chapter 1 and verse 23. It says, if ye continue in the faith, grounded and settled, and be not moved away from the hope of the gospel, which ye have heard, it says, and which was preached to every creature which is under heaven, whereof I, Paul, am made a minister. Okay? And when you read the NLT, it says, but you must continue to believe this truth and stand firmly in it. Don't drift away from the assurance you received when you heard the good news. The good news has been preached all over the world, and I, Paul, have been appointed as the Most High servant to proclaim it, okay? You can't be moved, all right? You have to continue to believe and to stand firmly in the words of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, okay? And this is one of the things you got to keep going. You got to use the motivation, all right? And understanding that, through our faith, right, and our fear, we continue to push this gospel, okay? Especially, if you were, if Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi has gifted you, to go out and to preach the gospel, all right? First Thessalonians chapter 2, and start at verse number 3. It says, for exhortation was not of deceit, nor uncleanliness, nor in guile, but as we were allowed of the Most High to be put in trust with the gospel, even so we speak, not as pleasing men, but the Most High, which trieth our hearts. Okay? And this is the kind of thing, I continue to read these scriptures. I continue to try to pull these scriptures, not only for you all, but also for myself, right? To understand that this was, you were entrusted with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, okay? And with that, and Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi has gifted you with that, with the faith to believe, okay? Because there's many that don't believe, right? There's many that do not believe in this, all right? But if you believe in this, right, then you motivate yourself to continue on in this thing, all right, daily, all right? In the NLT, verse number 4, it says, for we speak as messengers approved by the Most High to be entrusted with the good news. Our purpose is to please the Most High, not people. He alone examines the motives of our hearts, okay? And we do this to please Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, all right? Not man, right? When you have people getting on the, the comment boards, talking this, talking that, hey, we're doing this to please Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, all right? Because we have been entrusted with this gospel, with this truth, all right? The 100% truth, okay? And with that, we push the names of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and we stand firmly in it, okay? The scriptures tell you, in the book of Isaiah, right? You know, there's certain ones I bring out constantly, right? Because they constantly, you know, they're hitters every time, right? Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6, it says, "In wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation." It says, "The fear of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is his treasure." Okay? That is the treasure. It says, in that day, he will be your sure foundation, providing a rich store of salvation, wisdom, and knowledge. The fear of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi will be your treasure, right? When everything else is lost and is gone, right? All you're gonna have is your faith and this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding at the end of the day. All right, and you're putting your trust, you know, that Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, he said it and he's gonna do it, right? For his people, all right, for the elect's sake, all right. The Lord is gonna make sure his people are okay, all right. Starting with the elect, okay, and you know, we continue in that faith and we continue to believe, right? Unmovable, all right, and standing firm in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, okay. Not like what is that? We go to the book of, what is that? Ephesians 4, right? 4 and verse number, let's start at verse 13, right? Ephesians chapter 4, verse 13, it says, "Till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of the Most High, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach, that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive." Okay? It says, "But speaking the truth in love may grow into him in all things, which is the head, even Hamashiach." All right, let's read that in the NLT. It says, "This will continue until we all come to such unity in our faith and the knowledge of the Most High Son, that we will be mature in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, measuring up to the full and complete standard of Hamashiach." It says, "Then we will no longer be immature like children. We won't be tossed and blown about by every wind of new teaching. We will not be influenced when people try to trick us with lies so clever they sound like the truth," right? And you got a lot out there, you know. You know, perfect example, you know, your boy Bishop Nate, you know, he goes and he, you know, when he spills out his lies, you know, he's got the sound effects and the, you know, "that's right," you know, he's got all the music playing and all these trickeries, you know, while he's telling you his lies, okay? While he's telling you, you know, the dark moon, right, is the full moon, right? You know, when he's telling you, you know, that there is a hell, you know, that you'll go to and burn forever in a pit, right? These are the things, okay? It says, we will not be influenced when people try to trick us with lies so clever they sound like the truth, right? He'll try to read it out there. Look, yeah, this is what it is, right? That's right, you know, the whole nine, right? People get on your comment board, "Nah, the name's not, it's not Yahawashi, it's G." Nope, you know what I'm saying? We're going to stand firm in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. It says, "Instead, we will speak the truth in love, growing in every way more and more like Hamashiach, who is the head of his body, the church." Okay? And we're going to continue on, okay? You know, because ultimately, remember, we were entrusted with this gospel, okay? 1 Corinthians 9, and let's go to verse number 16, right? It says, for though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid upon me. Yea, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel," right? If we don't preach this good news, right? It says, for if I do this thing willingly, I have a reward. But if against my will, a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. Okay? In the NLT, it says, yet preaching the good news is not something I can boast about. I am compelled by the Most High to do it. How terrible for me if I don't preach the good news. If I were doing this on my own initiative, I would deserve payment. But I have no choice. For the Most High has given me this sacred trust, okay? Because Yahawashi has trusted you with his secrets, all right? With this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, okay? Which was from above, right? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 17, right? Going down, all right? So understanding, this is an important mission, and we have to continue in it. All right, and continue to stand firm, okay? Like a tree. What is that? What is that? Tree. Salakia, I just want to look this up. Tree. Think by water. That's what I'm looking for. Yep. Let's get that. The book of Psalms 1 and verse number 3. Let's start at verse 1. It says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners. It says, nor sitteth in the seat of scornful, but his delight is in the law of Yahawashi, and his law doeth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, and bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Okay, because if a tree and is planted by the water, right, it gets lots of nutrients, right? That water has minerals and things, goes into the soil, right, and it's constantly able to drink and to grow, and the roots get stronger. Okay, and remember, we are. We go to the book of John, 15. Right, John 15 and 1. I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away, and every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, and it may bring forth more fruit. It says, now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Okay, that water, that the word, what does it do? Cleanses like water, right? Ephesians, I believe, 4:26, if I'm not mistaken. Salaki, if I am. It says, abide in me and I in you, as a branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it abide in the vine. No more can ye except ye abide in me. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me, you can do nothing. Okay? So you have to be, rooted and stable, right, in the vine. Okay? In the vine, and because we are the branches, right? And if the branches are rooted and strong, built into the vine, right, the wind can blow and all different things, and it won't move. Okay? And that's how we got to be, and that's how we got to continue, especially in these last days. All right? Understanding, the evils and the things that are upon this place. All right? But to stand firm, right? Stand firm in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. All right? Let me see. I have something else. I didn't want to make this too long. Let's see. Galatians, right, chapter 6 and verse number 9. It says, and let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. Okay? In the NLT it says, so let us not get tired of doing what is good. right? You should wake up wanting to do, to preach this gospel, You go to bed thinking about the gospel, what the scriptures say, you should be meditating on this day and night. And that's how we got to be. That's how we got to continue in this thing, right? Continue to meditate in this thing day and night, all right? It says, so let us not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessings if we don't give up, okay? And we know that this, comes with trials and tribulations, okay? But with all that, we have to continue to endure, all right? The book of Acts, chapter 14 and verse number 21. Is that it? Verse number 22 says, Acts chapter 14, verse 22, it says, conforming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. All right, so understanding that, okay, and continuing to stay rooted and to stay strong in the faith in these last days, all right, and not giving up, right? The scriptures say that he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved, all right? So brothers and sisters, continue in the faith. You brothers, get out there and you preach this gospel, this good news, man, all right? To the four corners of the earth, continue to do this work, before you're not able to do the work anymore, right? Do this work before everything gets shut down, right? And keep enduring, all right? So I just wanted to do this quick lesson. Lord's will, this was edifying. Right, with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, call Halal Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Peace and blessings to the elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad, a mighty shalom to the 144,000 men. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have ruled well through the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days. Right, another mighty shalom to the rest of the elect. Right, men, women, and children, keep enduring. All right, continue to stay firm, stay rooted, and let this wisdom and knowledge and understanding be your stability in these times, and continue on in the faith. All right, and with that, I'll say shalom.